Good morning, everyone. How does a city this beautiful stay almost completely off the tourist map? Look at this place. That's the question I kept asking myself as I walked through the streets of Comitán. Because if you took these colorful colonial buildings, these mountain views, this perfect weather, and dropped them somewhere else in Mexico, you'd probably have thousands of tourists filling these plazas every single day. But here, if you take a look around, all you see is locals enjoying elote, regional food, chayote. And that's exactly what makes this place so fascinating. So Comitán sits high in the mountains of Chiapas, just a couple hours from the Guatemala border, and only about an hour and a half from San Cristobal de las Casas, just about 5,000 feet above sea level. And I gotta say, it's a little easier to breathe here, slightly lower elevation, absolutely gorgeous place. Look at this well-manicured plaza, all these trees. It's kind of like going back in time. Rich history. The air is noticeably cooler than Tuxtla Gutierrez, but a little warmer than San Cristobal de las Casas. Almost immediately, you get the feeling you've stumbled into a version of Mexico that many travelers never ever experience. And this isn't a city built around tourism, it's a city that's simply living its life. And that's becoming surprisingly rare. The more I travel, the less I see a place like this. So as we explore today, you're going to see why so many Mexicans quietly recommend this city, why its history reaches back centuries before the Spanish arrived, and why some people believe this could be one of the most underrated destinations in all of Mexico. But first, let's just walk. I think down here we have something going on at the church. Wow. One thing I noticed right off the bat is just how well preserved everything feels here. The streets are clean, the colonial architecture stretches for block after block. And this is a pueblo mágico. And I'm not ashamed to admit that I had never heard of this place until I came to San Cristobal de las Casas. Look at this. Unbelievable peace, beauty, and just look how clean. And none of this feels staged or manufactured. It's not here to appease tourists. This is how this city was built. We'll get a little bit into the history. But this city was officially founded in the 1500s, but its story began long before then. These mountains were home to Mayan civilizations for centuries, and that influence still shapes the culture, traditions, and identity of the region today in a big way. Of course, we've got the FIFA madness with the match actually today. It is Sunday, the 5th of July, 2026. So before the Spanish arrived, this was known as Balun Canan, place of 9 stars, or land of the 9 guardians by the Mayan people. And then after the Aztec conquest of the Comitán region, the Aztecs renamed it Comitlan from the Nahuatl word comitl, which is interpreted as place of potters or place of pottery. So as you could imagine, the artesanias, the handcrafted goods here are next level. You won't find any made in China crap in the shops here. It's all handmade, from the clothes to the pottery. Everything's made with incredible amounts of pride. This was finally named a Pueblo Mágico in 2012. Guys, from time to time I'll turn the camera toward myself just to respect the people as I pass by. But the level of peace that I feel in my body here is just next level. It's all family oriented, it's clean, it's peaceful. I'm going to take you off the beaten path a little bit. But we do have to touch a little bit more on the history here. We're sitting high on the mountain, and for that reason the air quality is so much better here than in San Cristobal de las Casas, which kind of sits down in the valley. So we're actually at a lower elevation here, but the air is fresher. I'm breathing a lot easier. We're on our way to Lagunas de Montebello, which is a national park, and so stick around for that part of the video. But I had to give this place some time in the video for sure, because this is one of the most historically important parts of Chiapas. This is kind of where the revolution began. In 1821, Comitán became the first city in Chiapas to declare independence from Spain. So imagine, and of course Belisario Domínguez he ended up giving his life to speak out against Puerto, and ended up, I believe, having his tongue cut off, and he was killed. And so that's why this is Comitán de Domínguez, in his honor. And this was an important bustling trade stop for folks traveling from this region to and from Guatemala. You can see the Volkswagen. The Bocho culture is strong here as well. So the city is also the birthplace of one of Mexico's most influential authors, Rosario Castellanos, whose writings helped bring international attention to the indigenous cultures of Chiapas. And unlike many colonial cities in Mexico, like say San Miguel de Allende or even San Cristobal, tourism is very small part of their economy here. Very small part of their daily life here. So what you're seeing isn't staged for visitors. You're walking through a city that's been continuously lived in for 500 plus years. All these beautiful kind of pass-through plazas. We just had breakfast. And I think Jose and Andrea are looking for some Mexico jerseys, because today we have a big match against England. But this is really where it all began, guys. This is where the independence from Spain essentially began. We've got the history of the Zapatistas. I could do an entire video on just Comitán, and I wish I had time to do so, but we have a drive to almost to the Guatemala border to Lagunas de Montebello, And I'm really looking forward to seeing that. That's a bucket list type item. It is a national park. So I think without further ado, we are going to head over there. But just type in the comments below Comitán if you want a full video on this place. Look at this gorgeous, gorgeous place. This really is the Pueblo Mágico that many of us have never heard of. And it might be the most peaceful, beautiful Pueblo Mágico that I've ever experienced. Almost no tourism. Just look at this. I mean, you can actually, we drove here, but you can take a colectivo from San Cristobal de las Casas for I think 65 pesos to get here. So if you're coming to Chiapas, if you're coming to San Cristobal, don't miss this place. It's absolutely gorgeous. The food is fantastic. I'll actually be putting up some bonus material of the first meal I had here at the end of this video. It is mind-blowing, absolutely delicious, huge portion, and fantastic price. So it's not just the history and the fresh air, but of course the food and the people. Basically what this feels like is walking through 500 plus years of history. It's like walking through a real life museum, yet everything is right here, touchable, tangible, not behind museum glass or ropes, but for all of us to enjoy and touch. Right on time, birdie. Beautiful. My first experience seeing a place that had a very similar peaceful feel to this was Chapa de Corzo when we did Sumidero Canyon. And I want to take a moment to talk about the safety here in Chiapas. Everyone asks, is it safe? Is it safe? Or people make statements, Chiapas is unsafe. We drove here yesterday. We spent the night here. We walked around the plaza and the town at night. And the drive through, there was one checkpoint. The police were just checking large trucks and inspecting their loads, but we did not get stopped. We did not have any problems. We did not have to pay any bribes. This place, in my humble opinion, feels a lot safer than places like Cancun or even Puerto Vallarta. I'm probably going to get some haters for that, but I've lived in Quintana Roo, I've lived in Jalisco, and this place feels like real Mexico. The history is still alive. The police, everyone just seems on the up and up here. That's my humble, honest opinion. And the family vibe, the kids running around unsupervised playing is always a good sign. No trash, no litter. Very, very little homelessness here as well, compared to many places in the quote-unquote developed world like the US or other parts of Mexico even. There's very little vagrancy. I don't think I've seen anyone drinking in public. It's just a very wholesome place. And I think I'll leave you with that and maybe a couple more shots of the center, and then we're gonna hit the open road all the way to the Guatemala border to Lagunas de Montebello. Thank you all for coming along for this video. If you appreciate the efforts, just smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Vámonos. So much of this architecture and these streets, especially the cobblestone streets, have remained unchanged for hundreds of years. It just has such a feeling that I hope comes through in the video as we look off to the cathedral here. But I think this is a place that one has to visit for oneself, given the chance. Of all the places I've been in Mexico, this is one of the most unique and even chilling, because if you truly know the history here, which is beyond the scope of this video to fully give the history, but Chiapas was not a part of Mexico, nor was it part of Guatemala, and they had to make a choice. But this was basically its own country, if you think about it. And a lot of people say that all the time, that Chiapas feels like a different country. Well, I mean, it kind of was for a long time. I think they made the choice to join Mexico in the 1800s. And anyone who's a historian or really knows and has a deep understanding of the history here in Comitán and Chiapas, please drop some knowledge in the comments, as I am a student of the history here and I'm still learning. So every twist and turn, every corner we come around, there's more and more history. Buen provecho. Here we have Templo San Jose. Absolutely gorgeous. And this is why I said, guys, that I could easily spend 2 hours doing a full breakdown, or more probably, but a full video on just the history of each cathedral, each church, each temple. Hola. Buenos dias. But the feeling that you get standing beneath something like this with so much history, so much has happened here, it's really, really something. The point of this video is not just to show Comitán de Domínguez, or this beautiful plaza, or this beautiful place, or Los Lagos de Montebello, but the point is to change your perception. A lot of people have these ideas that pop into their head when they hear the word Chiapas, and some people think, oh, Chiapas is dirty, Chiapas is dangerous, Chiapas is the poorest state in Mexico. And I'm here to give you a different perspective and show the richness that lies within Chiapas, the food, the people, the rich history, the rich culture, the architecture. And I would challenge you to find a city this clean in the US. Gracias, acabo de comer aquí. Ya, gracias. Tal vez más al rato. Gracias. Excelente. Cuando hace calor, me llama la atención. So, I'll leave you with that thought as we head out to Lagos de Montebello. Vámonos, let's do this. Getting our first glimpse of some of the lagunas, Laguna en Sueño here at Lagunas de Montebello, Parque Nacional. Guys, we paid 60 pesos, 65. I'm not sure if we got gringo taxed because the bracelet says 60, but we had to pay 65 each. And look at that color right there. Now I want to bring a couple things to your attention is the scams. The moment you enter, we have our own vehicle and they'll try to get you to park and say, oh, you can't bring your vehicle in, but you absolutely can. They'll try to get you to park and use their tuk-tuk services and all that. But They're not wearing any official shirts. There was this guy in a polo shirt tried to stop us, and we're just like, no. So here we are. You can do a lancha tour. Look at this place. I think the lancha tour is 250 pesos per person. It's about an hour and a half. We might just go to the miradores and see as many of these lakes as we can. Look at this. Wow. Qué ganas de echar un chapuzón. A national park like this in most parts of the world would be absolutely overrun with people, especially on a Sunday. And look at this. Just complete peace and quiet. The only sound you hear is the wind blowing through the pine trees. Unbelievable level of beauty, peace, quiet, and serenity. Wow. Oh, look at that. O sea, dice, no puedes nadar. You can't swim. It's a 700 peso fine if you fish or swim. And that's how they get you to take the lancha tour. They say you can only swim if you take the boat. That is with no filter, guys. That's what it really looks like. Unbelievable.
Tax yet, so might as well take advantage. Hi, Mom.
Ronaldo's first flight at Lagunas de Montebello. Godspeed, Ronaldo. Disfrútalo to the max. So it's a little weird, guys. We paid for the national park entrance, and yes, this is all technically Lagunas de Montebello National Park, and yet that first bracelet, this one, only gets you access to 3 of the lagunas, and then when you come down this road to Montebello, they charge you another 50, and yeah, it just doesn't seem quite right considering it's all the same national park, but at the end of the day, it's still 60 pesos, 50 pesos, 110. You're still talking about a little over $6 US to have access to a place like this. We're gonna go explore a few more of the lagunas, maybe get Ronaldo up in the sky, get some drone shots, There is horseback riding here as well. These guys look a little small for me, but beautiful looking horses nonetheless. Hey, baby. The wind is kicking up. We were thinking about going out on the lancha or even canoe, but with this wind, I don't know about the canoe. All right, guys, this looks like this is where the locals are doing their chapuzón. Right there. Might have to get in that water. Woo! That is slippery. Time for the chapuzón. Wow, that is very slippery. Yeah, a lot of subscribers have asked me about, hey, where can we swim near San Cristobal? This is like 3 hours away, but definitely one of the options. We already got Team Monterrey out there enjoying. Yeah, beautiful place, but I did not expect this to be so slippery. Very mucky, but ten out of 10 would chapuzón again. Deep into the park at this point. Mirador de Cinco Lagos. Check this place. Whew. Wow, wow. Alright, this is my only major problem with this park. I don't know if you can see that sign, but it says no swimming in this area, 1,000 peso fine. And it's like, okay, that is the most beautiful lake I've ever seen and I can't swim in it? That sucks. Basically, you have to pay them to go in either a kayak or one of these all the way over there with the life jacket on, and they'll let you swim from there. Totally bogus. I don't see a good reason for not being able to swim right here other than just pure greed and monetization of a naturally occurring lake. Very disappointing, honestly, to not be able to swim right there. He has 1,000 pesos per chapuzón. That's honestly tempting for 1,000 peso fine to be able to swim in there. 50 bucks, yeah, it's not bad. There you have it, my friends, the parts lesser known here in beautiful Chiapas. We just scratched the surface, of course. Comitán. We could do days and days of time in beautiful Comitán de Domínguez, and obviously here at Lagunas de Montebello. But it is Sunday. Mexico's got a World Cup match against England, and so obviously that is very important. So that's what we're doing. But thank you all for stopping in for this video, and what a beautiful day it was. Until next time, Rope Monster out. All right, so we decided to stop at this place, El Comedor El Alto, because they have something that Andrea says we have to try. Chinculguajes. There's your Mexican word of the day, chinculguajes. Jose is already ready for the partido.
This is an original.
Yeah.
Adidas collab with peanuts.
Jose complicó todo. He got the café con
Con chocolate.
chocolate.
Yeah.
I grabbed a straight up hot chocolate with milk. Let's try this.
Oh my god.
Dude, that is so good. Okay, so for those of you who want to try the best hot chocolate in the entire world, the spot El Alto is just right outside the entrance of the national park, getting into Montebello. Takala. How do you say this, Andrea?
Chinculguajes.
Chinculguajes.
Eran 2 órdenes, las 10.
Chinculguajes. A ver.
Chicken, chicharrón.
Oh, it's so hot though. It's so hot. How did you just bite into that, dude? Whoa.
It's good.
A ver.
Wow,
Oh man.
it's really good.
Hmm.
Got cheese.
I know I said I wouldn't fall in love with chocolate, but
Yeah,
I'm in love.
it is really good.
Alright, so here in Comitán de Domínguez, and look at the first meal. My first meal is the chamorro de cerdo, and they say it's for 2 people, but I was like, not today it isn't. So look at this thing right here. A giant. For those of you who don't know, what is a chamorro, Jose? It's basically the pierna, but it's the pantorrilla, no?
This part.
Okay, yeah. Look at that.
Oh wow.
Just meat. 190
Yes.
pesos for this giant mountain of meat. I think they're probably gonna bring out tortillas.
Slice of the bone.
Yeah, we're here at Sabores de Comitán, and I have a feeling I'm really gonna like Comitán. Comitán? Para el comilón.
Oh my god.
Comelón. So this meat is so tender. What did you get, Jose?
Chalupas.
Chalupas. Those are the real chalupas, not the kind from Taco Bell. This is all regional food. Yeah. Aquí. Gracias.
Gracias.
Limonada con chia. So regional food on point, beyond words, mouth-watering, out of control. Viva Comitán. This is literally our first stop before even getting gasoline. This is literally where we came first, because you have to try the regional food anywhere you go, new place, and Comitán does not disappoint. Wow. 190 pesos for fall off the bone chamorro de cerdo. Look at that. Happy Road Monster. Nom nom nom. Ya terminaste tu platillo tan
Tartina.
rápido y mira.
Ready for dessert.
And that's regional as well, right?
Yep. Tartinas.
Tapinas?
Tartinas.
Tartinas.
Fresa, strawberry.
Wow. That's delicious. ¿Cuánto cuesta?
That looks really good.
No idea.
¿Quién sabe?
Who cares?
No me importa. Look at that, guys, and that's what I'm gonna start calling the Chamorro Challenge here at Sabores de Comitán. I'll put up on Google Maps where we are. That was fantastic.
Yeah.
Can we get another one? Woo!